suit up with me and my demons. I want the lifestyle, courtside, front row got bitches like I wanna meet them. I had two bad things coming up to me, they tryna talk, but having a threesome.
Hello, what's going on, everybody? Again, welcome to another episode of Shoot the Ish. And today, obviously, you guys don't see Mitch. Mitch is in the DMV. I don't think he want to come back to Jersey, but you know the show must go on, as I should say. But, you know, we had to definitely touch on the Diddy Cassie situation. But technically, I want to go deeper than that and just talk about abuse and relationships today. But before I start, I do have a special guest. You know what? As y'all already know, I normally don't introduce a guest. I let them introduce themselves because I don't want to jack up nobody's name or what they call themselves, the AKAs or whatever the hell. I'm going to let her do it. So introduce yourself.
My name is Moe. That's all I got.
Okay, I see how this is going to start, right?
My Instagram name is Moe.jojojo. It's MOE.JOJOJO.
Okay, but I still see how this is gonna go. Don't be fooled, guys, because sometimes I do these shows, and sometimes when I talk about what females see, this is the person I get all my information from. So just know she can't talk, and I know she gonna talk.
I'm just nervous.
Please,
that's it. It's different just talking to you, but knowing that other people gonna hear it is like,
yeah. I don't want to hit none of that shit. I don't want to hit none of it. All right, but how about this? Look, I wanted to talk about, like, you know, obviously, I know we had an episode before about the Diddy situation. I told everybody, I was like, look, the odds of this going away anytime soon, I knew it wasn't going to go away. I've said that we were going to be continuing this. I said all the way up until May. Obviously, it's about to be June, so we're still going through it, but we're finding out more things. And some of the most disturbing things was when we first saw the video, right? And I know a lot of people went back to apologize to Cassie, saying what they believe. They used to think Diddy was innocent on the whole situation, but it was a lot of people coming out talking about how they felt when they saw the video. Now, when you saw the video, was there anything that you took away from it besides somebody getting their ass beat?
I was a couple of things I took away from it. She was defenseless. Like, I think first thing I just seen her, and then automatically in my head I thought, like, if I was in that situation, what would I do? And it's two completely ways how we handled it. Maybe that way was good for her, but I don't think if I was in, thank God, and I don't ever want to be in that situation. But, like, I think it just would have been handled two different ways. I don't think I would have waited this long for something to happen either, though.
All right. See, it's almost like one of those situations where I hear everybody always say, like, if it was me, I wouldn't have done, or if it was me. But I think sometimes we see people, I think it's always a lead. It's always a lead up because, again, you got to realize how long she was with this guy.
But that's why I think it's multiple factors that come into play. It's not just... We're living two totally different lifestyles. Me and Cassie, two totally different lifestyles. I think multiple things come into play when I think race comes into play. I think relevancy comes into play. I think of past traumas and past experience that you might have seen might have come into play. If you look at Cassie, not saying because I do not know this lady, but she seems like a meek girl. I think she's some sort of Spanish descent.
Yeah.
She just might be like that quiet girl, and that might not be things that she might have grown up seeing. And maybe she thought that was the best way. I think also, because certain things I just don't want to forget and help remind me to touch on them. But, like, I think money definitely comes into play. And I think she had a lack of independence.
I think that's that concept when they say people groom, because I don't think he came into the situation. But I don't know if you recognize there was a lot of stuff that was going on. Hopefully I remember to touch on it, but they said it was more or less a groom because I think he met her.
She was young.
Yeah, when she was young.
I think so. when she first came onto the scene, she was that's when that song
Ryan
Me
Leslie.
and You.
No, she was with Ryan Leslie.
But then
but that was her boyfriend.
Exactly. And then she started, but this is crazy. So it was Ryan Leslie. That was the producer.
Yeah.
Then she started messing with Diddy, who she was signed to Bad Boy. And then even her husband now was her personal trainer.
By Diddy.
By Diddy. So
she fucked with all the Diddies.
But not even just that, though. But I feel like Diddy probably kept her in, that's a part of the grooming, kept her in close range where you can't really go. Where you going to go? Who you going to see? Oh, I got you signed to Bad Boy. You only going to work with this person. That's Ryan Leslie. Then she starts dating Ryan Leslie. But Diddy's still able to keep an eye because he is your record label.
But the funny thing, let's be honest, when Cassie came out, other than that, when she did that first album, you really ain't hear too much. She was under Diddy, like
yes,
in that
and that's
closed
what I'm
space.
saying. And she had her first album. I think she probably had a second album after that. I didn't think it really. That's when I think that second album, because I bought that first album. That second album, I think she had that song with Lil Wayne, "Official Girl." I don't know if you remember that song.
No. I didn't even know she came out
a
with the second album.
It was a little bop. I don't know if it was a whole. Maybe she had a whole album, but I know she had a song and she had a video. But I think she's a pretty girl. Diddy seen the potential. All right, she wasn't really going nowhere. It was like that career wasn't really going where they thought it would go. But I still like her. I'm still gonna fuck with her, right? But she's not relevant. She's really not that relevant compared to. And when I brought up relevancy before, Diddy dated J-Lo. You could have never did that shit to J-Lo. You could have never did that shit to J-Lo.
Yeah, I see what you're saying. I see.
You dating Carisha now. You can't do that shit to Carisha because she got too big of a platform. She's too big of. You can do that to Cassie because she has no platform. Her relevancy is not as high as a J-Lo, who still to this day is an icon. She's not a Carisha who has her own podcast, her own game show, and social media wasn't as big then. Now I'm saying when he first started dating her. I'm not saying in 2000. When was that video? Like 2018 or something?
When he popped her?
Yeah.
That was, I think, that's 2017.
Okay, so social media was bigger then, but not like how it is right now. You can't do. I don't know if he beat Carisha or not, and I hope not. But like, you can't do what you did to her to certain people. You knew she was going to be quiet. You knew that she didn't have a platform. Nobody. If you have no music, who's taking an interview with you, girl? What you got to say?
It's almost like that scenario, like they said when that video came out. It came out now, but you think everybody saw he was
at that hotel. They seen it, and he paid somebody.
But you said something about race. What do you mean when you say race in reference to it?
I think race would be. I'm trying to find the right word.
Yeah, please find the right words for this.
And I'm not going to say it the best way, but I'm going to try to say it the best way that I possibly can. I'm an African American woman, so we'll have the perception of what is the perception of African American women?
We African American women are rough,
angry.
Yeah, the angry black woman. That's what it is. The angry black woman.
Exactly. And you would think in a situation like that, the majority. Now I'm just saying this is the
how people perceive
people perceive us. You would think that if we were in that situation, most of the time we're going to fight back. Do you think that? Do you feel like that's the case?
You know what? That's interesting that you said that, because I do feel like when they look at, we don't see. I hate to say it, we don't see black women as being victims, and I get what you're going with it. So a lot of times we don't see, or society doesn't see black women as victims because they look at the angry black woman, right?
And then it'll be, well, what did she do? Why did he get angry like that? Oh, she must have did something. It'll be that, but they'll know that we're gonna, for the most part, we're gonna try to defend ourselves the best way that we can. At that point, whatever that might be, because it's, different strokes for different folks or whatever. But Cassie is of some Spanish descent, right? I want to say, and this is just, what's the word for it?
The way, in reference to the way you view it?
I feel like certain guys, and I've heard it before, certain guys like Spanish women because they are more submissive. Have you heard that before?
I think I think black men who deal with other ethnicities, they all, like, when you go to another ethnicity, from what I see, they're different. And when they say they're different, I think most black men go with, they're not as
Rah-rah.
angry
Yeah.
and rah-rah. So
And
in
vocal.
a way, it is almost submissive and more, not the opposite of what even we as black men fall for the stereotype that people have put on black women. So I get what you're saying in reference to.
Yeah, so I think race plays a part into it, where and keep in mind, he's known this girl for X, Y, and Z amount of years, at least before this video came out. So you already know what she's like. You already know what you could get away with, and he knows her background at this point. He knows her patterns. So you've met her mom. You probably met her dad. You see the type of upbringing that she's came from. Oh, she not going to say nothing. I could do this, and this. She going to stay with me. Her parents probably been married for a long time. No matter what she do, she going to stay with me because it's the pattern.
But it's almost like you used another term. You used another statement. You said another statement in reference to money, finances. Do you think that kind of played more, and why that person?
For sure. I definitely think it played a factor in it, because how was she going to support herself?
It's getting used to something.
Yeah, but not. And she's gotten used to a certain lifestyle. You're going to the Met Gala with him. You would have never seen Cassie at the Met Gala if she didn't go with Diddy. Because what would be the point of her being there?
Because again, like you said, that was a kind of a grooming, because you had her as an artist. She wasn't doing nothing with her life. No album, never did nothing. He put
her in certain positions, though. Don't get me wrong, because I remember growing up seeing her and Lauren London as the poster girls for like Sean John. He kept her with little gigs. He showed her dependency.
Yes, you wouldn't have had, like, we know your music career because he signed to it, so he could actually be like, yo, you ain't doing nothing, but I'm gonna do this. So you made that person become dependent. And I think, obviously, we're going to go to another topic.
Catch what you said, though.
What?
He gave her certain jobs, right? Carisha Please was on what? Revolt.
He gave her a job.
He gave her a job. He had to step down. Now, where's Carisha Please?
Nowhere. But
this is a pattern for him.
It's the dependency.
Correct.
Like Kim Porter. Which that's
completely but that's the thing.
But she was wait, you know what I found out about Kim Porter?
She was a model.
No, yeah. You know this? You ever saw the movie Drumline?
No.
With Nick?
Oh yeah, I seen it.
That was a story about her and
I'll be sure.
No, Dallas Austin. Dallas Austin is the producer. Like, he's a TLC.
I know who he is.
Yeah, that was the story of Dallas Austin and Kim Porter.
Who said it?
Dallas Austin
said it
because he was behind the movie with the one that got all the babies.
Nick
Cannon, and they said that was he said that was based. He set that up because they was the producers of it. He set that up, and that was a
Kim
story.
was also a producer of it.
I don't know if Kim was. And he was like, that's what
even think about Diddy. So it's Kim Porter, who is multiple of his children's mom. Mm-hmm. But other than her modeling, once she got with Diddy, we didn't see much, and even prior to them, we really didn't see much of Kim Porter. But before Kim Porter, it was Messia. Messia had already made a name for herself, because that's who she was styling everybody in Bad Boy. She was styling Mary J. Blige. Still to this day,
as far as Uptown,
correct.
That was Uptown Records.
She was already working. She started to make a name for herself. So, and Messia, out of all of his children's mothers, she's the only one who is extremely vocal.
Yep.
Extremely vocal, because she does not need him for anything.
She felt, no, here's the thing, and I think she said it. She was like, yo, she was messed up in the game, but she was like, he didn't do anything. He was like, yo, she was like, I had to go back to my parents' house. But I think she understood that she wasn't going to play herself like they said that, because they did say something allegedly. There was like, there were conversations where they said they heard it through a grapevine that Cassie used to be there.
Oh, when he was beating on Kim Porter and doing mean things to Kim,
yeah. So
and they said Cassie used to chuckle and laugh because she was the chosen girl at that time. Yeah.
And you know what?
I don't know why girls be thinking, I'm using the term girls, but it's really, I want to say bitches. I don't know why bitches be thinking that it can't happen to them, but okay.
And guess what? Look, guys, we talked about Diddy. Everybody and their mother, the internet is talking about Diddy. But as you already know, we talk about a hot topic, but we gonna really, that's Diddy and them. That's cool. But we gonna talk about some real life stuff that goes on the everyday. I think that's one of the things that I always wanted to focus on by doing a podcast, is making sure that we could talk about hot topics like everybody else and their mother do, but I want to talk about the in-depth, like go deep into it and understand, like, look, we can all relate to it in some type of way. Obviously, none of us are dealing with somebody that's a billionaire. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, wait. I thought you was going to say that was beating on them. No. If there's a billionaire who wants me, just let me know.
Wait, did you say if there's a billionaire that wants you, let them know? Would you take the beating then?
Huh?
I'm saying, would you take the beating?
No, I was just saying no.
But you know what? Here's the thing, right?
No.
And I'm going to say this, right? And this is the thing that I get. And I watched all, like, people watched Carisha when they was with Diddy, and people watched all these, oh, I want that man. I want that man.
I don't do that.
But no, I'm just saying, there's a lot of other people. No, I'm not
saying that you're saying that, but I'm just saying, like, I don't do that because you do not know what's going on in these people relationships to be saying, oh, I like that. We don't know them people. We don't know them people. We only see what they want us to see. We don't know. I thought, and I never posted like, oh, that's the relationship I want, but I thought Tiana Teller and Iman, I thought they were such a cute
until you round out their lifestyle.
Like, and that's the thing. And half the stuff that these people be into, I'm not into.
You know what? We not skipping. We gonna go back to what we talking about. There's so much stuff. I think when they said 2024 was the year of exposure, 2024.
Everybody keeps saying that. Where was this at? Where did I never got the
Oh, they said it started because the first podcast. I mean, the first thing was when they said when what's his name? The comedian Cat Williams did his thing. Exposing everybody. They say it looked like 2024 because that got.
I still never watched that.
Oh yeah, that was a great one. But to me, I feel like everybody is getting exposed. But what I'm gonna say is this: people do pick and choose. So when we talk about some of these situations, I'll show like just in reference. Yeah, because obviously we're gonna jump from Diddy, and I do want to talk about another one too, and why sometimes it's people pick and choose what they want, and I think that's what Chris Rock had an episode. I mean, his comedy tour was called Selective. Damn, I wish I'm. This is just coming to my head now, but it's basically being selective on what you choose to be mad about. Because I don't mean to say this. When Chris Brown had his situation, villain, right? Mm-hmm. Diddy been known to be doing this. You don't say nothing. I'm quiet. But you know one rapper who was known who whooped his wife's behind? Fab.
Oh, yeah.
And it seemed like everybody was quiet on that. I was like, nobody said nothing. Nobody.
Yeah.
The radio station, like people, like that's my friend. I'm gonna be quiet. It was like people, and it was almost like even with the Diddy situation, he was
too much power.
Yeah. And that's when I started to realize, like, men aren't men today. And I'm glad we going into the next topic in reference going down to men aren't men today. And I realized, like, look, niggas are groupies more than fucking females. That's what I believe. Men are way more groupies than females.
Me and you had a conversation about this, like, before, though. Not saying that men, I never said men aren't men, but I said men want to be bad bitches so bad.
You know, when me and you talk about that, right? I say that all, like, I'll be talking to females, and then I'll be like, yeah, men, and sometimes the stuff that we may talk about, and I always say, yo, you need to get back on here, yo, because we be talking our shit. But I be feeling like dudes, like, I really, it's too many zesties, it's too many. I be like, a nigga will push a chick out the way for a rapper if he was around in the club or something. He will push. I really believe a man will push a chick out the way for a chick just to be like, yo, I want to put it on the gram more than a chick will. It's getting to that, but we going off on a tangent because we about to have our regular conversation. We have it on the phone. That's how this shit be going. But Mo, I gotta ask a question, right? The question I got is, right. So we talked about Diddy, and that was cool. That's the hot topic right now, right? But from the stuff, being that we were going to do this topic, I done seen so much stuff. I done researched so much stuff. We had the chick in New York that got stabbed because the girl didn't want to give him his number. We got, it was a case in Northern Virginia where the ex-boyfriend killed the chick at her work parking lot. There was another situation in Baltimore where the boyfriend, the girl that wanted to break up with him, he chased her around the car, shot her, killed her dead. And to me, I realized, like, with all this going on, right? Because it's easy for me to bring up this topic, but it's better for me to have a female to talk about this, right? Because I want to understand, like, not saying that you've been through anything, but do you start to see that this is it becoming a big thing right now?
It's a super big thing. It's scary. It's very scary to be a female because I personally feel like we are preyed upon. So it is definitely scary. I've had that conversation with you before where I was dating somebody. Remember, I told you he checked my phone and he seen a guy put his phone number in my phone. No. The guy asked me for my phone number. I gave him my phone number. He texted me his name. Right after that, I was already getting in the car, blocked them. And the reason why, when they ask me for my phone, I'm just going to give it. I'm going to give it. Because I don't got time to be dying behind that. It's a phone number. I can block you.
Did you hear what she said? I gave the phone number because I don't have time to be dying over that. That sounds like the most silliest thing. But again, in New York, it happened.
No, and it's not silly. I had, so growing up, I used to walk home from school. Mm-hmm. And at the time, I lived in Irvington. And I was walking home by myself. And I had, like, I always used to walk down this side block because it was less, I don't know. I felt like it was a little shorter way. It was these two boys outside. I remember it. Like, it was these two boys outside. I'm in elementary school at the time. And one of the boys was like, I was across I'm on this side of the street. They on the opposite side of the street. And they like kept saying, yo, like cat calling. And I'm just keep walking. I'm by myself. Like, mind you, I'm in elementary school. But like sixth grade type elementary school, not no like third grader. They probably was like in high school. I don't know. They just look way bigger than me. And I just kept walking. He was like, all right, now I'm gonna, what he say? I think he said, all right, I'm gonna shoot you.
Yeah, I think you told me the story. Like he was gonna shoot you.
And I just like literally from there took off.
Now, the interesting thing that like what I see in most of these situations, right? And I think what happens, I remember I heard something and they said that, I remember it was something that was going on and people would ask like, what are women most afraid of? And they would say men, right? Mm-hmm. And men would react on social media like, oh, they ODing. Oh, they just look at them again. They said, this is what it was. Would you fear a man or would you fear a lion? And most women said, I would fear a man. And I was saying, even me, I said it didn't make sense. Why would you fear a man? Like,
I think because now don't get me wrong, I'm fearing a lion. But I think because you already know a lion's intentions. He's going to see you your prey. He's gonna eat you. He's gonna come for you. With a man, you never know. You never know, because they say one thing and do the other. Maybe, I don't know.
Look, I mean, I think one of the things that I realized, though, like even looking and thinking about this subject, it's too much. I think there's a lot of situations that is it the way we grow up. I was telling Mo, I was like, when I was younger, people would say, if a girl hits you, you don't hit her back. You don't hit no girl. You don't hit no girl. But it seems like the things that I'm seeing, and it's based on, I have to really look at it, the family dynamic, that there are a lot of kids that are growing up without their dads and stuff like that, and usually their moms. I don't want to blame the woman, and Mo, you, she hate what I say her name. But what I find in a lot is that females that are raising their boys, and one thing about a mother with a boy, with a son, they are super protective of their son. And what I often hear is like, if that girl hits you, you better hit her ass back. And to me, I'm like, think about it. If at that age you're teaching your son, if she hits you, you hit her back. He doesn't have that thing as he's getting older. He doesn't have that restraint to be able to say, you're not supposed to hit a girl. So to me, as that boy grows older, he remember his mom saying that if somebody hit me, no matter who it is, you hit their ass back. Do you have an issue with that?
Mm-mm. I'm leaving
explain.
it there.
Please explain. Please
I just said I'm leaving it there.
Okay. All right. We understand that you don't have any children, right?
Yep.
But you do see, like, tell the truth, right? And I just gotta ask.
I don't believe you hit a girl back with full force. You go ahead. If she continues.
So now you saying that this man who has been growing up all his life as a little boy, who's been told anybody hits you, you hit them back.
Your mother never told you that?
My mother ain't never told me to hit a girl back. Never.
Did she, hold on now. Did she say if anybody
leave her alone?
No, but did she specify, or did she tell you if anybody hits you, you hit them back? Did she say those exact words?
No, my mother would say you don't. All jokes aside, no lie, my mother would say you don't hit a girl.
My mother told me if anybody hits you, you hit their ass.
Well,
back.
you're a woman though. Y'all can. That's the problem. Y'all hit every goddamn body. The difference is, and this is the thing that I realize we don't understand. There are things that we deal with as kids that we grow up, and we still are traumatized.
We still hold on. I don't think it's trauma. We still hold on to those things because that's what we were taught. It's conditioning.
Yes.
Yeah.
So look at this generation. Are you here to tell me
ain't nobody mother tell them to beat nobody like that? Ain't nobody.
So now you're gonna say like there's a limit to what you beat, because if you told me your mama never told you. My mother, in the history of me being alive, my mother has never said, if that boy hits you, you stomp him, you kick him. She never told me the way to fight somebody. If that motherfucker hit you, you hit them back. Mm-hmm. That's all the average person says.
Correct.
So nobody taught you to know the difference? Okay,
but I think that's also something that your parent might revisit maybe when I don't know. I am not a parent. I don't know. Maybe that might be. And to be honest, my mom has raised 2 girls. So.
That goes to show you what I just said. There's a lot of kids and boys that don't have their fathers in their lives and being raised by just mothers only. And I'm not saying that every mother, it's a mother's fault. But sometimes you don't know. You're a new-time parent. So, But to me, I feel like it stems from somewhere. Because right now, so many
These boys have freaking anger issues. They need to probably go get some counseling. It might be some of them have mommy issues, maybe because they were raised by their single mom. I don't know. It needs help. It's not just I'm not even gonna put that all on the parent unless the parent sees her child. Like I could say this. Aretha Franklin. one of her sons was married. She talked to the wife and said, I'm afraid that he's going to be like Ike. Before they got, was it that's Aretha Franklin?
No, that's Tina Turner.
Tina Turner. There we go.
You hear that? Did
I'm
you guys
young though.
That?
I'm young though.
There she go with this young.
I'm young though. So
right.
why I say Aretha Franklin? Aretha Franklin was an alcoholic though? Wait, I know that Aretha Franklin was an alcoholic though.
Yo, you gonna keep saying I'm young? I
am young.
Yeah, I mean,
now, Cliff, compare when Tina Turner was getting beat, I was not alive.
I mean, either.
I wasn't even. Oh, you wasn't?
No.
I thought you was alive when George Washington was president for real. The first one, not George Washington.
It's all right. It's all right.
Not
George Washington Carver. Which one? The president. You funny. Yeah.
Don't try to play me because you always trying to act like I'm mad old. Bro.
I ain't trying to act like you mad old. I'm just trying to.
I'm still in my 20s.
You about to hit it.
About to hit what? I didn't even hit 29.
Well, you see that, guys. When y'all hear shit hit 29, that means y'all already know how old she is. Like, so it is what it is.
I'm 25.
Yo, I'm trying. Wait, my cheeks gonna hurt if I keep laughing.
I'm 25.
Wait, this is a serious topic. All right. So I'm saying, but look. Forget all that.
But for real, I mean, Tina Turner did have a conversation with her son's wife, and because that's Ike's child or whatever the case may be, and he's seen a lot, and she had voiced her concerns about her son. About her son harming this woman. She was concerned about that woman's safety. So I'm not going to place the blame on moms, because moms growing up, you'll see if your kids start to have those patterns where you be like, I'm not too sure about this one. And you can try to redirect that energy and try to get them the proper help. So I can't really place it on them. These are also men, and right from wrong. No matter what your mother told you, you have friends, and they'll have friends, they'll have teachers, they'll have probably some male figures who will be able to help better groom them. But yeah.
To me, look, I think it's becoming look, we can focus on a lot of things and stuff like that, but when you really look at on the average, the one in New York that happened, I think that was in when did that happen? The one in New York?
It was in the winter time.
It was in the winter. Then there was a case, like I said, in Northern Virginia, that was in April. Then in Baltimore, that was in March. And to me, I feel like,
and there's so many that we don't know about.
Yeah, and it's so. Look, guys, let me just say this. When I was looking this up, I only looked up the ones I had heard about. But when I just put in that topic, there was so many cases of ex-boyfriends going back to assault the woman.
It's rejection. People don't know how to deal with rejection. Rejection is hard. A lot of people, certain things I can't deal with the rejection. I'm not crashing out over it. At least not like that. But it's certain things people do not know how to deal with rejection, and they don't know how to redirect that energy. And the first thing, if somebody hurts, even me, when somebody hurt my feelings, or if I feel some sort of way about something, the first thing I automatically think about is I'm gonna hurt them. What's the first form of hurt there is?
Relax.
The easiest way is what?
She sounds it's crazy right now. I'm gonna hurt them if they.
No, but if somebody hurts you, you want to hurt them back.
But I think
that's natural.
But I think sometimes when we talk about hurting, are you talking about are we going to stay on that concept of relationship hurt?
No, any type of hurt.
Or just any type of hurt.
Any type of hurt. Somebody make me mad, I'd be like, ooh.
I know her.
You know
She's
me.
Definitely.
I would be like, oh, I want to beat this bitch ass. Like,
Even if you joke or
I don't play like that.
She would
don't joke with me. And I will tell you, but that's the thing. I be like, I don't play like that. I don't want to be. You could joke with everybody else, but I'm telling you, leave me out. Like I'm telling you, leave me out of it. This is your warning.
So is it true? Angry black woman?
No, that's not me being angry. I'm just saying don't play with me. Like I don't want to play like that because I can't really get back at you like that. I'm not a jokester. I'm not out here playing.
Maybe because if you try to do a joke, you can't. Your joke probably won't be that funny.
My shit gonna be ass.
Yeah, I think that's what it is.
That's weird. Don't play with me like that. What I'm starting
to realize is probably sometimes people get mad and want to hurt you because they can't. Like again, you can't fight. I'm gonna shoot you.
Yeah,
but I mean,
people want to win.
Yeah, people want to win. But do you think that like I know we had the conversation about. You said it even right on the podcast. You said something about that men want to be the bad bitch, right?
Yeah.
And
I'm talking about in a dating sense, but I guess it could go into
let's keep it. No, I know what you was talking about in the dating sense, but just think about that type of mentality is almost the zesty mentality. You can't handle rejection, and that's why it was like, But
most people can't handle rejection. Most people can't handle rejection. So I'm not going to put that in the zesty column because most people cannot handle rejection.
To the point that you want to beat her?
It's God forbid, but like say if somebody they work so hard their whole life to get into a certain college, they don't get into the college, then they kill themselves. That's rejection. It's all different types of form of rejection and you're going to deal with it however you deal with it.
Damn, this is why she's on the podcast, because she definitely gave me a different insight, because I'll be on some like, that, only, yes, you, only you. That's why.
When you make that voice, it sounds like EA Sports.
Yes,
get in the
it's
game.
In the game.
Yeah.
You about to fuck it up.
Yeah, I don't know.
In the game.
Yeah, but I don't play games, see?
Problem.
like,
but to me, I think when what we're talking about, in a way, is like there's so many women, and I won't say it's only women, because there are women who have assaulted men, and that happens too. But what you say the majority of the time is happening is that they're men, and like we transition. No, it's
I wouldn't say the majority of the time it is men that get caught. And the reason why, because women get
caught in reference to what?
Like, who get caught. You say it's the majority of the time is men. That might be the case. Well, I don't know the statistics on it. But I feel like men aren't calling, most of the times they're not calling the cops. We know about the things that we see in the news. We know about the things that we see, on social media. Men aren't calling the cops when women hit them.
You know what?
Most of the times, because sometimes it do happen, but most of the times it's not.
You know what? Until you said that, right? I just thought about something. Damn, I know one thing about me. I do tell my business on my podcast because I try to be very real with you guys. You're right. Men don't, and I think about it at this point that we do live in a society right now that. You may not know the true stat because from what I see, what I hear, conversation that I have is like, yo, he did that and I'm going to punch him in his face. And women out here saying SMD and all this, they will hit a man, but it'll look weird that the man called the police or something like that. But some of these women got fists. And
I told you, I'm throwing fists.
But then at the same time,
I'm picking up shit, whatever I gotta do.
But see,
because I'm gonna win.
All right, so now let's get. I'm glad you said it, and I didn't want to say it, but in situations like that, right? And we talk about, like I said, abusive relationships, right? How do they start? How does it become it? Like, does it start with the play fighting first? Does it start? But you just said you gonna snuff somebody, right?
Oh, well, it all depends on the situation, though. Don't just think I'm out here just punching niggas. I'm not doing it.
But would you punch somebody if they didn't hit you, though?
Yeah.
So, now, you heard what she said. She'll punch somebody if...
I get mad fast.
You get mad fast, right? So, truthfully, if that man never touched you and you hit him,
he
never hit you back, but he never hit you back.
Right.
And anytime he makes you mad, you hit him. Mm-mm. He is somewhat in an abusive relationship. Yeah. You become the abuser. Mm-hmm. Wait, how you saying it so smooth? You like, mm-hmm. But see, a man will be vilified and he won't say that. He can't say, hell yeah. Y'all will kill him on social media. Yeah.
But is he not being honest? Because that's being honest. No, I'm not saying that is okay. I never said that. You just said, would I somehow be the abuser? I said, But I'm not saying, and I'm not saying I did that. I didn't do that.
Okay, that's what's up. Yeah, you hypothetically.
Yeah, I didn't do that. But the truth is, yeah, if that was the case, hypothetically, yeah, I would be the abuser.
But see, I think when you look at like all these situations, like I said, we started off with the Diddy situation. We started off with just understanding the psychology of sometimes looking at people in these abusive relationships, right? Mm-hmm. And I've always said, one thing I've learned, I don't care who I deal with. I don't play fight with a female. Never did. Don't do it.
I don't think it's smart to do. I don't think it's smart to play fight. I'm not gonna lie. Hold on.
Quick switch.
No, because I dated a boy who was who boxed. Mm-hmm. So I wanted to learn. Like, we would be play fighting because I wanted to learn.
See, that's practice. Then he's teaching you how to box.
And that's the thing, though. Too, he never play. No, we not really playing. But that's also because he was a professional boxer. You know that. You know your strength, and also they're more disciplined. So yeah, no, but. The play fighting can be considered grooming. I do like to play fight though.
And you know what I've learned, and I think what happens with play fighting, right? I look at it as also the concept of language and how you talk to a woman. Because if I said, "Yo, bitch, stop playing," and you allow me to say, "Bitch," you gonna always think it's okay to say. I'm gonna take it to a whole nother level.
Yeah, you gonna turn it up a bit.
Argue when we do.
I don't even like when guys pick up the phone. Or if I call them or if they call me and they be like, "Yo," I be like, "What?" I be like, "I'm sorry. Did you forget who you was talking to? I am a lady. You don't I'm not even. We not going to do that. But sometimes, if I get mad, I catch myself talking to a guy. I be like, "Bitch, who?" And then hold on, and I have to. Really back a bit.
And I think that right there is those situations where we that's that grooming aspect, seeing what you can get away with or what that person will allow you to do.
Yeah.
And I think what happens is sometimes we get that newness, like the sweet shit, and it's like
that lasted for about 2 weeks to a month.
Guess what? That's when you're gonna see certain things because Monisha. Oh, I'm sorry. Mo. You are a lover, not a fighter.
I'm a lover. And first of all, I am a lover, and I'm a lover and a leaver.
A what?
A lover and a leaver.
Lover and a leaver?
Because I'm leaving.
Fuck. Yo, you know. All right, y'all. Y'all know I know her.
No, but I really do be leaving. Don't lie. Because I do leave. I'm dead ass.
She eventually leaves.
Yeah, but let me say this. I am a leaver because bitches be staying for years and shit. I don't stay for fucking years. I be like, you got a couple of motherfucking months to get this shit right.
Because see,
and emphasis on a couple. That's two.
Yo, let me just tell you why, right? She can say that because she's not the typical female. She's not dependent on anyone. So it's easy to leave. Just like we can't look, nobody's gonna ever put you in a situation where you can get abused, but your tolerance to be in it ain't gonna be that long, because the reality, you're not in a situation where that man, you're dependent. That's one of the things you said, the dependency.
But I also, so I have
so it would only be emotional.
Yeah, so that's the thing. But I also have friends who don't need a man financially, but they stay in these. I'm not saying they're abusive, because okay, maybe one or two was, but like, I'm not saying that they're abusive physically, but also just, it's toxic, a toxic situation, and they'll stay in these toxic situations, but they're dependent on something else. I don't know exactly what the fuck it is.
Now, here's the thing. Sometimes, if there's kids involved,
no kids.
So it's single, no kids, no nothing.
Not married, no, none of that.
Yeah,
I think certain people, though, too, stay in certain things just because they don't want to be alone. I don't want to be alone either, but somehow.
Nah, yeah. You know what? And I'm glad.
I just also don't want to be. I want to
be happy.
Exactly. So I just be thinking, like, okay, so you know how, like, maybe the first couple of months of your situationship or relationship, like that first couple of months, shit is so good. Right?
Yeah, we fall for it. It's like coke. It's like drugs.
I don't know about that.
I mean, I'm not. Yo, wait. Let me stop doing analogies, because there's certain words. If I say coke, she be like, No, I'm saying it's like you got that fix. Like you. God, let me just say. Oh, wait. She do like food. It's like being hungry. Mm-hmm. And you finally got some good food that you tasted. Damn, that's weird.
No, the crazy thing, not even just the food that you tasted, you was craving it.
You was craving it.
You was craving it because you wanted it. You wanted it really, really bad. And then you get fixated on that. And then after a while, that fades, right? But you still want that. But you knew what that relationship or that situation was like with that person. You're chasing that. Like, you keep
I'll
chasing
give you a good example. Because, fellas, I'm about to expose us a little bit. It's like when you get, it's like some of y'all do it, and me and Mo have these conversations. It's like some of y'all niggas about here using a cheat code.
What's the cheat?
You give it a honey pack first. You give it that honey pack. And she gonna stay with you over that honey pack. And she gonna still chase that honey pack. But you don't know he had the honey pack.
I don't know he had, but
you wouldn't like let's say if a nigga tore you up the first time, it was good. And then he give you some whack.
They be like, what's going on?
No, but you still know you had that good.
So I know he capable.
So you know he capable. So now you still trying to chase that good. It's almost like that's in these relationships now. It's like you seen that sweetness. You seen what it could be. Yeah, you seen what it could be. And sometimes we chase the potential of what it could be. And I was like, yo, I can get him back. And then females have this thing, they're very nurturing. I know he hit me. I know he did that, but I seen all the good stuff. People do stay.
And I definitely get people I listen though. I feel like how many times you gonna give a person a chance? Personally, that's just me. Like, I could give you one chance because maybe you ain't know no better. You might have had the heat of the moment. That second time, oh, this really what you do? That third time, you're out of here, buddy. You gotta get the fuck out.
Okay, so, but I know you, so you're really speaking in reference to how you view things, right?
Yeah,
and I get that.
But to me, and I'm not saying, and I know there has to be different types of people in this world, because if we all were the same, it would be boring. But what I'm saying is, too, when, not just in about abusive relationships, even just toxic situations or whatever the case may be. Yeah, I think
that's a word right
when
there.
Is enough? Like, when is enough where you just be like, I'm good. I'm good off this. Like, this isn't serving me anymore.
But do you think that has something to do, like, because, look, again, as I always tell you guys, I'm very open with a lot of stuff. We see a lot of things growing up. We see a lot of situations, right? And like you said, something, we're grown, and even though we went through things as kids, and as you get older,
you should be able to decipher.
You should be able to, decipher the difference between the two. I won't say that my mom was ever abused because I used to see my mom whoop on men.
And that's what
ass.
I can't say my mom was either. My mom was. I ain't gonna say it. I ain't gonna say it, but yeah.
But to me, I just feel like I don't.
And I've had that conversation with her though too.
Oh, you did?
I've had that conversation with her, and a lot of it, she was just like, "Oh, I didn't know that you seen that." And I'm in my head, I'm like, "Girl, what do you mean you didn't know that I seen that?" And I told her, like, it makes me today be like,
not me.
What?
Like that's what I'm saying. Not me. You ain't gonna touch me. You ain't gonna.
Oh no, I'm not saying no, because my mom wasn't the abusee.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So
when a guy tries that, be like,
see, when a man tries to do something,
do you know whose daughter I am?
Yeah, like, and I think these are the things that I always say. Like, I can never understand how a man can hold his fists to really like.
But you know what? I'm not going. No, is it right? Absolutely not. But let's be for real, and I'm not saying that it is justifiable, but if anybody, not just if it's a woman, not just if it's a man, but if somebody keeps poking at the bear, eventually you're going to snap. You're going to snap. Like, everybody just needs to tread lightly, and let's be for real. Take a step back and everybody act normal.
You know what? And look, can I be honest? I can say I definitely understand, but I think what people don't know how to do is this, right?
To calm the fuck down,
or know when to leave.
Yes,
I think that's becomes the biggest issue. And I feel like because I was poked,
but and I feel like a lot of men, they feel that responsibility. I feel like women don't have it in their head when to just leave, and I feel like a lot of men say it like, "Oh, I had to get up out of there." But then say if, right? So you've been in this situation before. Mm-hmm. So say if that person who you were in your relationship with, she was going at it with you, kept going, and then you was like, "No, I'm fed up. Like, I'm fed up," and then you walk away. Now she following after you because why is you walking away? Who do you think you... And then you're not even saying nothing. You're not arguing back because you're really fed up. But now she's even more mad because you're not saying anything. I'm saying that as a woman. Like, if you don't say something, that's going to piss me off even more. So, now she's even more mad. But you doing the responsible thing to walk away. And you like, let me take a breather. In your head, you saying, I just need to step outside. I need to take a walk. I need to do whatever you got to do to bring it down a bit. But she's even more upset, and she's following you. And it could be for vice versa, because that's gonna mess it up.
Nah, you
okay. So a woman could also be like, it's a hot situation, because I've been in those situations like, we treading hot right now. I need to go ahead and go outside because I don't know what I'm gonna do, and I damn sure don't want this man to bop my head off my shoulders. So, and I walk out, but that could make him even more mad. And then that's when they poke, and next thing you know, I snap, or you snap. But I feel like men have been bestowed this responsibility to single-handedly be like, oh, I have to walk away. And women, I don't think it's always in them. Like, that hasn't been instilled in them to just be like,
Based on what you said, right? And I get the fact that you said that men have been told to walk away, and women, and from what it sounds like you were saying is that women aren't really told that. But do you feel like? I feel like I just think we don't truly deal with like I just, it's hard for me to understand that your emotions got so.
But you're not an emotional person.
Shit. Damn. All right. I guess I'm coming from. All right. You know what? Yeah. I guess we both coming from our point of view.
That's the thing. You're not an emotional person. You're a logical person. Everybody's not you, and everybody cannot be like you. I'm an emotional person.
You be saying some stuff though.
I'm an emotional person, but even me being emotional, I'm scary as hell. So like I be knowing like.
But see, the thing. This is the thing that I'll say. Right. This is what I say. And understanding emotions and me being an emotional person. Here's the funny thing. I'm a very emotional person, but I'm also a logical person. I think you said I'm logical, but you can be logical.
You could be both,
and
but that's what I'm saying. But so that's why I said
look. I know that if I let my emotions take control,
some of these actions not going to make exactly. But that's why I said I'm an emotional person, but I'm scary. So I have the logic be in there, but if I'm feeling however I'm feeling, that's in the forefront. And then in the back of my mind, but way back there, I'll be like, now come on now, girl, you know you scared to go to jail, girl, you know that he could really go ahead and go in on you. Cause
it be some shit you be saying, and I'll be like, wait, Mo, and I'll be feeling like I'm the fucking punk and shit by trying to give you rational thinking. Like, come on, just think about it. They just said something. They didn't hit you. Nah, she can't get that off. No, you can't. Just think. You got stuff to lose.
I guess now when I'm mad, I'm not going to even lie. When I'm mad, I get ignorant. Ignorant.
But these are the things that, like, I think right now, 2024, 2023, you got to look at the way the world is actually moving. Even though we talked about Diddy and all that, but when you're looking at all these situations, it's people not truly understanding how to control their damn emotions.
But that is not an easy task to do. Certain people need help. And that's the thing. I think it is up to not only our parents, but our teachers when we're growing up, because these are certain patterns that people might be able to see. When teachers know when there's like a boy who's always bullying girls or always doing weird little things to girls or something like that, or just weird shit, period. Like, this person might need some help. They have put them in a, you know
what they say, classes. Right? They just kids. They just messing around.
But no, and that's the thing. That's something that needs to be all documented and needs to be, and no, it's something needs to happen. If this is a pattern, that is a problem. People who, little kids who kill animals and play with the dead animals.
They said that's a serial.
That's a serial killer or a psychopath or whatever that might be. So y'all put that on there, but someone who's always messing with a girl or lifting up girl skirts or whatever the case may be, y'all don't think, I don't know how. It was in there.
I used to kill roaches. Did that make a difference?
Don't even post that.
I'm sorry.
That's nasty.
I'm very truthful with it. Hey, look,
and first of all, no, not if you.
I'm gonna put roach in this to be a clip, right? But I think the thing is, like, when I said like the emotional aspect of things, right? And you said it's easy for me to say that because I'm probably not this way and I'm probably a rational thinker. Mm-hmm. But if this is becoming like,
it's always been an issue though. I don't think this is It's always been an issue. Back in the day, husbands were able to beat their wives. It was not, they were not going to go to jail. It has always been a thing. It was never not a thing.
Dude, I got a question for you, right? And I'm glad that you said that back in the day. And we was like, it's always been a thing. There are certain groups or ethnic groups or certain people
where it's still okay.
That it's okay. And women do get like, you're not even able to talk back and be able to do that. And I've had neighbors where I used to hear the woman get her butt beat.
Yeah, you told me about that so much.
And I'm like, yo, they can't speak back. So it's like, I just think like right now, like you said, like when you brought up your finances, people stay in search of things for finances, being dependent on and just like you even said, color.
It's multiple things. I think it's so many
facets.
Yeah, like so many reasons why people stay in whatever situations they stay in. I think certain people, like I said, don't want to be alone. Certain people It's because they might depend on that person, maybe depend on them emotionally, maybe depend on them financially, maybe whatever. For some reason, I was going to say physically, and it just made me think of My 600-Pound Life. Them people from My 600-Pound Life always married, always living in some nasty conditions, but they're always married and they're dependent on their spouse. So it could be physical as well.
Yeah. And I was about to say something. The fact that you even brought that up, it's not, and it's not just physical abuse. It could be mental abuse, verbal abuse.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So it could be all of these different things. It could be just fear. Maybe if they do have kids, a lot of people, and it be blowing minds, but because that's something I didn't grow up with. So I'll be like, oh, you could do it by yourself. But I feel like certain women and even certain men be like, oh, we trying to make it work for the kids. The kids deserve happy parents.
Yeah. I realized even with me, I realized that I didn't want to be in a household where we were just verbally arguing with each other. And because truth be told, it doesn't make sense for the kid, because then that kid grows up
thinking that that's okay.
Or here's another thing that happens, and people don't realize this about kids. You can have opposites, meaning
they'll get mad at one parent.
You can have a kid that let's say you have a son, and he sees his mother emasculate his father. He can grow up and you have a son, all of a sudden you didn't see it, but then you got a son that's basically as some people say, simp-like behavior. I could just curse him out and treat him like this, or become maybe the opposite.
Yeah.
He hates his mother for screaming at his
or actually
father,
hate his father for going out like that. But it could be like that too, or I think it's like so many different things. It's gonna be so many things that we can't even name or think of at this present moment. That maybe these are why people stay in these certain conditions, but they gotta seek the right type of help. I mean, I feel like for me, I'm chasing happy. I just want to be happy. I don't think anything's gonna be perfect, but I'm chasing happy. I don't want to argue with you every day. I don't want to do that. I don't even want to argue with you every other day. I want more good days than bad days.
I got a question for you, right? And now this is in reference to dating, right? And the fact that you are getting old.
Do
you think that the older you get, the more mature you are to not be able to get in these type of relationships?
I wish I could say that. I wish I could say in what type of relationships? The abusive?
I think as like
I feel like I get into stupid things. I still be doing things that I know. I be in certain situations that I know already is not right, and I'll be like, let's just see. But abusive, no, we're not gonna do that.
So, do you think you're at an age now that, like, if you see remnants of it, you know, like, oh no, I'm out of here?
Correct.
So you're at that point in life. Okay.
I had a little situation early on, and I was just like, this not for me. So because I had to get, if I'm walking out the house and I had to tase, like I'm scared and I gotta tase you, and I'm bringing a taser or I'm bringing a knife every time I know that I'm gonna be around you, I'm cool.
Damn. Yeah. And I think ladies, I mean, and you tell me if I'm wrong. I think right now, and it seems like, we talk about relationships and the scarceness of it and what's out here and dating now, and it's so scarce. But I don't want you guys to feel like, damn, I found something that's good, right? You find something that's good because you know it. We've already had conversation what's actually out here, and you find something that's good that you believe is good, and then now those signs, those little things come out where, I done searched and searched, and I finally found me a good man. He financially right. He this, he that, He gives me good loving and like gives you all that. But he hits me every now and then.
That's a big one. That's a big one to overlook. I don't know about that.
But you know, when we talk about how hard it is to even find a damn man with an apartment.
Correct.
How hard it is to find a man that actually has a consistent job. Mm-hmm. And a man that can stay up. We talked about it. So now you be the man that has all those. Because we know the searching is almost like you is like a needle in a haystack.
But that's a big one to overlook.
But see, and you're talking about you. You're talking about you.
Like, I don't know how you turn your head on that.
You done did. But remember, as we all said, they don't do it right then and there. They do it when you already invested.
Correct.
And so when it happens that one time, you sit, like we said, Diddy was doing this. He groomed it like. Yo,
I'm just trying to admit, like, and
I see it.
Yeah, I'm literally in my head because even think about the Diddy situation. He put that girl down to the floor. I'm trying to imagine a man slapping me down to the floor.
Yeah, I can't see that.
Exactly. Imagine that. So then, but not even just say if he does, because it's not that the man does not have the capability, but you just know Cassie laid there. I'm not going like that. So I'm literally, even no matter how much it hurt, I'm literally bouncing back up like I was a ninja and it's spider monkey on your ass. I don't fucking know, but it's gonna be some shit. But I'm just thinking, imagine every time getting beat to the ground, getting pushed to the ground, getting pushed to the ground. That doesn't just hurt you. The physical hurt, yeah, that hurts for maybe a week, maybe a week or two. You might have some bruises. But that emotional hurt, that trauma that you're going to have, that lasts for a lifetime. That's not worth it. No matter how, I'll go back into the search. I'm going to go back into the search because that, no. It's going to put up a guard that you're going to have with everybody after that. No, that is not worth it. Like, when I meet, and I pray for when I meet my husband, whoever he may be, that I am able to release whatever traumas that I've had, and I'm able to receive him, and he is able to receive all good that I have in me. So no, I can't wear that hurt that somebody wants to put on to me. I can't wear that jacket. I can't wear it. That jacket just don't fit. Cause my husband, a man who I prayed for, God didn't send that man who's gonna hit me to me. The devil sent that man. That was a test. The man that God sent for me, he's not gonna do that.
Damn. Yeah, this be like y'all actually reviewing this is a conversation that we be having on the phone. This is now being on a podcast. I think like a lot of things that you said in reference to it is like, guys, you guys got to be able to look at certain things. Like I said, it could be somebody in a horrible relationship right now. And the only thing I could probably try to say is, like Mo just said, that ain't the one. That wasn't a God's gift. That was the devil's gift for you. You got to learn when to leave it. And I know it's easier for people.
It's easier said than done.
Yeah. It's definitely easier said than done. But it's like, talk to your friends, but be about what you say.
But you know what? As I've gotten older, right? Mm-hmm. You talk to your, like, I have friends who come and talk to me about their situations or whatever the case may be. Oh yeah, I'm not going to put up with this no more. I've learned, if talk to your friends or whatever the case may be, or let your friends talk to you, let them vent, but be quiet. If you're the person that they're venting to, be quiet. I'm not convincing nobody to do nothing, because you're going to do it when you're ready. And it would make me, I would get so tired of hearing Because in my head, literally, I'll be like, who you trying to convince, me or you, that you going to leave? The man not going to be convinced that you going to leave because he already know he done did it one time, he done did it 2 times, he done did it 3 times. He going to be able to do it for 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th. He going to be able to continue doing it until whenever he wants to. You sit and you listen. As a friend, as a family member, whatever, you sit and you listen and you be patient. Because if you take on every time they saying you believe them and you believe them that they're really going to leave and they don't, you're going to be like, you're going to start pushing that person away because you don't want to hear lies. Nobody wants to be lied to. It starts to become annoying. But you sit and you take it because you also don't want to burn that bridge. You want to be there for that friend or that family member. So you just sit and you listen. And you pray on it.
So, all right, before we end the show, because we about to end the show, is there, like, would there, like, if you could speak to a woman that's going through something, an abusive relationship or verbal the key word was abusive relationship of any sort. Mm-hmm. Is there any advice that you would try to give, even though is there any advice that you would actually give if you could? Anybody?
I don't know. Okay, you said for a woman going through this relationship at that moment. I want to start from before then. So I want women, before you even get into these relationships, let these men know that you have people in your life. Men in your life. You don't even have to have brothers. I don't have any brothers. But you have men in your life who have you, that are behind you. Because a lot of women go in feeling like they don't have any man behind them. What if they don't have brothers, they don't have uncles, or whatever the case may be. But even if it's fake it till you make it. Make them feel like you know that there's men behind you that's going to step behind you. Because men will be like, oh, she don't got nobody. Her dad might have died. Whatever the case may be. She don't have no brothers. She don't have no uncles. Who going to challenge him? You an easy target. Make them think. Or you create your own village of men. Or you seek out these own village of men who you know are going to step behind you. So that's one. That's before you even get into these relationships while y'all in that talking phase. I have multiple male friends. I got male best friends. I got you. I got godfathers. I have people who I know, and I would never want to put y'all in these situations, period. But I know I got people who they're gonna step behind me if something was to happen. Now women in that situation, you really need to you're gonna do what you do. Whatever God that you pray to, you need to pray to, and you need to ask for guidance. You need to find ways to protect yourself. And you also, I feel like you need to have an emergency contact of some sort. Whether it be your mom, your sister, or whatever, a quick little message. Y'all need to have a code word to let it be the word tamale. I don't know, and that could be the code word that you send in a quick little message to let them know something going down. I need you to come. Something going down, call the cops to my house, or whatever the case may be. Always have your location on as well. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Because all you could do is pray on it, and because she has to be willing to leave. What if she's not?
Shit. Before we do an outro, if I as a guy, and one of the things I don't like to see, just like if a guy can't fight, I don't like to see those who can't protect themselves not being protected. And that can be a small guy that can't fight, and then somebody abusing that person. But to a female, I like what you said. Let them know that they have people. But to the second thing you said, if I could piggyback off of that, I would say, before you want these people to come to your rescue, before you want these people, know that you're willing, that when you say you're ready to leave, be ready to leave. Mm-hmm. Know yourself before you use your get out of jail free card, or I'm using it. Know that you're ready to leave, because there's nothing worse than protecting someone and then that person
goes back.
I think you don't go back in harm's way, and it's like people that are even in relationships. They in relationships you got out. Why don't do the yo-yo relationship? You left for a reason the first time. You made it out of it. Don't go back because it's going to be harder to leave the second time. Mm-hmm. But
and you also don't want to be the boy who cried wolf.
Yeah.
Because no.
Yeah, because nobody don't want. Let's keep it real. Your friends get tired of it.
Yeah, exactly, but that's what I'm saying. Let your friend vent. Most of the times when I have a friend or whatever, and they're having that vent session with me, my phone is on mute.
You know you're on a podcast. Shit. Well,
my phone is on mute and I'm probably walking around my house cleaning.
You always cleaning.
Yeah, I'm probably walking around my house cleaning because you're not ready. And I know that you're not ready. And when you're ready, it ain't going to be nothing that we need to talk about. It's just going to happen.
Well, everybody, I thank all you guys for tuning into the show. This was I like this conversation. This was a good conversation. These are the conversations I actually like to have and be able to just talk about real shit and just have a conversation. But before we go, hey, wait, Moe.jojojo. Like I know everybody sees the beautiful Moe.jojojo, whatever. She know I butcher her name. But you have anything you want to tell people? Like, can they see you anywhere? Anything like that? I mean, I don't know. I mean, like, hey, put it like this. If y'all already go to my page and watch the show, y'all already know I posted her. Yo, she don't like to say nothing, but this is my people. I know Mo for years. I done seen her be the young, feisty. Yo, she feisty.
I'm way calm now, right?
She's definitely calm now. And I've seen her grow into a grown woman, and I give her that. And she's definitely a go-getter. And I always tell her, I was like, you are definitely not the typical. Like, don't always judge a book by its cover, whatever. I mean, you could, because the covers be good. But the thing is, if you ever wanted to, if you guys ever wanted to see Moe.jojojo, whatever, I'm going to keep saying it because I don't know who the hell this character is. She definitely is a bartender up at T's in Patterson. Y'all can go check her out. She
just
follow on her page.
Yeah, follow my page so you know the days that I actually will be working. My Instagram is MOE.JOJOJO Moe.jojojo. Follow me on Instagram.
Yeah, and I will have the link to her page on IG. I tell her all the time she better be putting more stuff on IG anyway. But
I feel like I post enough.
She posted and delete stuff.
I do, yeah.
No, but they want to see pictures, yo.
It's pictures on it. You know what? I've started to hate when the people only got one picture on there or no pictures. That shit bothers me.
That's who you are.
I got like 20 pictures.
I'm talking about of you bartending.
Either which way, the look is still the same thing.
No, it ain't.
If you want to come...
No, it ain't that Ghostbusters outfit. I ain't gonna even lie.
Okay, well, listen. Come see me. Come see me. Come party with me. With the Don Julio princess.
Oh Lord, here we go.
Let me stop
with this one right here. But no, I definitely appreciate you coming through. I think it was better for the first one was the funniest one, but this one I was like, yo, I've been telling her to come through for again. I got to get her before she get too big for herself and shit like that.
Don't even.
So she about to be out here, bang 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 bang. So all right, say goodbye to the people.
Bye.
And again, as y'all always know how we do about this time, peace out.
Yeah.